Chris from F4, and we're going to talk today about how to maintain and care for your foil. We've had a great session coming off the water, and I'm going to show you how to take the foil apart. You know, what parts are important to keep clean and make sure that they're free of salt water. And so we're just going to take you through the process of doing that. So we do recommend, unfortunately, we do recommend that you take apart your foil and clean it after every session. If you leave the parts together, in some cases you may have corrosion. The salt water and presence of carbon and aluminum, it causes corrosion. So just pay attention to that. So we're going to take apart take off the stabilizer. Keep track of your screws and shims. You should have a little bag or box in your kit to keep track of everything. You can see here we've got a little tube of Tef gel. This is a paste that you can use to put on your screws and make sure that they don't seize. So if there is any salt water corrosion between that stainless steel and aluminum, that Tef gel creates a barrier that prevents the screws from seizing. So I recommend taking the front wing off, just because you can easily manage the foil, since we have a plate mount. So these just back out. I'm going to show you a little trick in terms of if the parts are stuck or if you have any issues. So you just take these M8s out. You can see that we've got plenty of Tef gel on there, so no issue. Now this should come off. If it's a little tight, just knock it with your hand. It'll pop right off. This is a 1720 wing. Okay, next we're going to take the fuselage off the mast. So some of these fuselages can be quite tight. So once you've taken the screws out, you should be able to just kind of knock it off with your hand. Most of these foils you'll find have a plastic. It's an ABS material that we use for the cap, and it creates a pretty tight fit, pretty good fit with the fuselage. So we've got that out. Now you can kind of if the board is there, you can kind of use the board and just sort of slowly lever the fuselage off. Or what I like to do is I kind of hold it and I just kind of knock it with my hand. And you can see that it's already started to come off. Just knock it with your hand like that, it'll come right off. And if your fuselage is super tight, you may have to kind of knock it off from the front and the back, but there you have it. So one thing to pay attention to is the aluminum parts, and what we found is really fantastic is WD-40. So WD-40 it's a pretty amazing cleaner and lubricant, and what we like to do is kind of spray the whole fuselage, and especially the threaded holes. Make sure it really gets in there, and then just wipe it off with a rag. So we're kind of inside here, so it's kind of showing you what we do. Now you can see that this is it's a pretty good cleaner, and that penetrates the metal a little bit, so that it just prevents any corrosion when the fuselage is in your bag. So if you do have salt water and there's a little nick or scratch on your fuselage, this WD-40 is just amazing. We recommend that you kind of wipe off any extra salt water on your wings. You don't want to get WD-40 on your wings if you can avoid it. I've just used the same rag, so don't do that. You want to keep these clean and free of any kind of greasy stuff. That'll affect your performance. So just wipe off the salt water and you should be able to store it in your bag, ready to go for the next time.